Mama, Mama, I have stains of blood on my skirt.
स्कूल गई थी उस दिन मैं, न जाने कैसी बेचैनी थी। अजीब सा दर्द था पेट में, कभी न ऐसी उदासी थी। अचानक किसी की नजर पड़ी, बोली मुझे कि खून के दाग हैं कपड़े पर। बौखलाई हुई सी शर्म से झुक के गई मैं फिर छत पर। सहेलियां कुछ आई लेकर मेरी उस एक टीचर को। दिया उसने कपड़ा और कॉटन मुझे, बोली इसे तरीके से पहन लो। वो दिन नहीं भूलता मुझे, अनजानी सी जब मैं फिरती थी। कुछ समझ ना थी मुझे उस पल को कैसे जीने की।
Our effort today is talk about the starting of this journey. Let us talk about the few steps which we need to take in the beginning. Not the middle, not the end, but it's just the beginning. And where to begin, how to begin, and when to begin. I think probably this question is very important in our lives.
Menstruation is anywhere between 8 to 13 years of age. It may start a bit early from 8, but less than 7 is called precocious, like early in the chain of pubertal events. So 8 to 13 is the age of puberty. Menstruation is the last in the chain of puberty events that happen. So it starts approximately around the age of 10, and it may extend even up to at the age of 16 as well. As late as 16 also. But earliest it may start at 8. The average age is 10, and maximum it may go up to 16 years of age. Before the onset of menstruation, the discharge starts happening, the whitish discharge starts happening. That may cause a bit of itching also sometimes. So this is one thing that is expected before menstruation, and once it sets in, it may stop altogether, like you had it once, and then you may not have your periods for 6 months or even a year, because there is an excess that sets in. The menstruation happens because of the certain, changes that are happening in the body. There is an excess, hypothalamic excess from the brain. You get certain signals, and there's an excess that sets in for you to bleed every month. That may take some time. That may take up to 2 years. So it's not that once you had your periods, you're going to start chumming like having periods every month. You may not have it for a number of months, for 6 months or 7 months or sometimes 8 months. The menstruation actually is the shedding of the lining of the uterus. All of us have a uterus inside. That's a reproductive organ of a female body. So menstruation is nothing but shedding of the uterus lining that happens, that sheds out when you bleed. And then over the next 1 month, it reforms again. And then next month it again sheds off. So this is how it happens, like it will form and then it will shed off. And why it is happening is because there are ovaries next to the uterus. They produce an egg every month. The egg gets released into the cavity. It is picked up, it goes and comes inside the uterus. If it stays there, that is the time when you miss. Otherwise the egg along with the lining sheds off. This egg has to come out. The egg releases from the ovary and it has to then come out from the uterus. It comes out taking the lining of the uterus. So uterus lining, repairs every month and sheds off every month. That is how you bleed every month. First is the acceptance, because this is happening for the first time. You may end up with rashes. You may have itching because of the prolonged use of the pads. And to counter this, the best is to change your pad frequently, like every 2 hours, every 4 hours. Whenever you go to the washroom, if you feel you are not comfortable with the pad, carry extra pads with you. Change the pad frequently. You can apply certain powders, that to keep that area, not so damp. And then what else may happen, like some girls may bleed heavily also, like they may pass clots. That is not normal. Menstrual blood is actually never clots. If you see that there are clots coming in the menstrual blood, you may tell your mother and go to the doctor, to find out why the clots are happening in the menstrual blood. So clots is not normal. Rashes and itching is expected, as I said, and pain. Slight pain would be there, slight cramp, but if you require medicine for that and you have to use hot water bottle for that, then also you need to see a doctor, because pain and heavy bleed is not what is expected. The best for the girls, when they start menstruation, are the pads with the cotton feel in that. Synthetic pads should be avoided. They should use a pad with the cotton. Tampons cannot be used by a young girl who is still not sexually active actually. Tampons can only be used by the married girls, or because excessive use of tampons may lead to, the young girls can of course not use it, because you need to, it has to go inside, but adults can use it. So then the hymen would break. The best would be used only after, once you're sexually active. Pads are the best thing to be used by the young girls at the onset of puberty, like as you said, between 8 to 16 years of age.
Essentially, the girl is a child even then, so overnight she doesn't become an adult. And so we also have to understand a lot of trauma is definitely attached with this, and this is where the role of the parents, and I'd repeat, both the parents, comes in, because we need to understand that education which they receive in the schools or at home is not just the only thing that is required for them. They need compassion, they need communication, which is the key here. There is so much stress in our society, the peer pressure, the conflicts with the parents, fights with the friends and teachers. So you see, all of that adds on to the stress, and it makes it even more difficult for the child to understand what's going on with the body. They can't really understand the changes, if they're good, they are bad, especially if the girl is, let's say, one of the first in her peer groups to get the menstruation. She may develop feelings of loneliness. She may feel embarrassed to talk about it. Sometimes she could even be ridiculed by her friends because they may feel, oh, what has happened? So you see, 7 out of 10 girls were brought to me for counseling. I realized that more than often they're confused. A few other things that can be done are, like I said, communicate, talk to them, also reassure them that it's something very natural, and even if their friends haven't experienced it, it's all right. Within a span of few months, they all would experience the same thing. So it's quite okay. It's not a disease. It's not something to be scared of.
This journey has given us all kinds of experiences. When I remember my stains of blood, I embark on a new threshold, a new journey.
As we grow, each one of us experiences changes in our body, in our mind, in our overall development. And bringing this as the basis of it, menstruation could be introduced in the form of stories or graphics, and gradually, it need not be anything very flary. All it needs to be is something very simple that the child understands as a part of his life, part of her life, and she doesn't really need to feel as if it's a very big thing or a monumental thing or a monumental change. Because the first thing is that the father should be as comfortable as the mother, or as much as we expect the child to be, and the father should be encouraging. So if there are times the girl has periods and she has to go for an outing, she should be able to tell her father that she has her periods and not that her stomach hurts. It should be left for the father to figure out that stomach hurts is equal to having periods. So I think that compassion should also come from the father. It need not be an elaborate talk that the father may do with the child, that's all right. But when I say compassion, it should just be, he should be around to help her, be with her, and anytime, anything that she needs, he should be there, just as much as the mother.
In our journey, we came across an organization called Dipale, which is doing a great job in sanitary hygiene. अपनी इतनी सादगी से और इतने अपनेपन से उन्होंने कितनी लड़कियों की, छोटी छोटी लड़कियों की जिंदगी संवारी है.
Dipalya is a 38-year-old NGO, and we mainly started our projects with education. And when we started doing our projects in education, we found that there is a big gap between what is being taught by mothers to their girls, and we found that girls were never comfortable during their menstrual periods. So this gave us the idea of having a sanitary napkin project which will produce low cost napkins, and then so that girls can use them in the schools when they have this periods. And we approached Amway, and Amway was really happy to support us with the project, and we have been doing it for the last 1.5 years, and the project has really produced very good impact on the girls. The girls who were using cloths, they have now switched on to using sanitary napkins, and basically Sangini sanitary napkins, because they are very low cost. They can buy it easily from nearby locations and our learning centers also, where we have set up small outlets.
आइए हम बहुत सिंपल तरीके से देखते हैं कि जो गर्ल्स हैं या छोटी लड़कियां हैं उनको महीना, चंप्स या आम भाषा में हम लोग पीरियड्स बोलते हैं, उसके क्या मायने हैं।
मेरी दादी नानी के टाइम से जो प्रथाएं चली आ रही हैं इस सब्जेक्ट को लेकर, उनमें से कुछ हम आज भी फॉलो करते हैं। इस टॉपिक पे, इस सब्जेक्ट पे इतनी मूवीज़ बनने के बावजूद भी जो ओल्ड ट्रेडिशन, जो ओल्ड प्रथाएं हैं, they still go on in our houses.
For me, it was a shock. I had no education about it, and my sister was kind enough to tell me when this happened, because my mother was traveling that time. And again, I was always brought up with the thought that I have to ask my mother if I need some sanitary napkins and not go to my father. And then my mother would go and tell my father. I think these things have changed, and in case they haven't, we need to bring that change.
सभी लोग चाह रहे हैं, मीडिया चाह रही है, NGO चाह रहा है, टीचर चाह रही हैं, डॉक्टर्स चाह रहे हैं, सभी आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर, आशा वर्कर सभी चाह रहे हैं कि लड़कियों को हम बनाए मजबूत। इस विषय पे सारी बातें हम करें उनसे, लेकिन लड़कियां फिर भी झिझकती है, सोच उसकी वहीं की वहीं रह जाती है।
मुझे तो याद नहीं आता कि मुझे शायद मम्मी ने अपने इस बारे में कुछ थोड़ा सा बहुत गाइड किया होगा, और मैंने भी अपने टाइम में कम ही डिस्कस किया अपने बच्चों को इस बारे में। मुझे लगता है इनको फ्रेंड्स से ज़्यादा मालूम चला या कुछ टीवी से मालूम चला होगा। बट अब मैं चाहती हूँ कि जब हम इतनी ओपन डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, मैं चाहती हूँ कि मेरे बच्चे जो हैं वो आगे अपने बच्चों के साथ बहुत खुल के बात करें इस टॉपिक पर, और इसी टॉपिक के ऊपर मुझे लगता है बहुत जागरूक होने की आवश्यकता है, और सारा ये सब सोच बदलने की ज़रूरत है। हमको एक छोटी सी चिंगारी है अब हम लोग जो लेके आए हैं आपके सामने, कि इस बारे में सोच हमको बदलनी ही होगी और बच्चों से बहुत खुल के बात करनी होगी। आज वक्त बदला है, आज सोच बदली है, आज रोशनी है फिर चारों ओर। कपड़ा और कॉटन नहीं, पैड है रखने को। डर नहीं, हौसला है आज फिर उस पल को फिर से जीने को।
Today, let us start a new journey.